Hey, happy Tarot Queen. I'm Elisa. I've been doing a lot of readings this week, a lot of energy. It's really intense. Exhibit A, if you're doing this in real time, is the whole Ukraine crisis that's about to blow up. It's like, is this for real? Like, it looks like World War III is like in the works. And oh my gosh, this Healing Chaos card keeps coming out. I mean, I've been getting a ton, and it's been coming out in some other readings. Like, I'll link one where it came out, but I mean, I've been getting it even in readings that I haven't done like videos for. I mean, it's been just like really coming out. Okay, so just 2 cards just flew out. Oh my gosh. OMG. Okay, this is really interesting because 2 of these cards came out in the reading that I just did, like yesterday. Okay. At the bottom, it's taking risks. So it's just like kind of taking a risk. But this bird is spreading its wings, you know, and it's in flight. And yeah. It's not totally certain how things are going to pan out, but it's triggering some healing chaos. And this card was in yesterday's reading too, Standstill, and it was talking all about like how sometimes, you know, you have these swamps and like all this water collects and you think that it's like actually you know, like a bad thing, but actually sometimes in these moments when there's not stuff going on are like sort of moments to sort of really reflect and until whenever the water gets released, you know. And it seems like we're kind of at this moment where things have been kind of at this standstill for a while, but like there's this healing chaos which is illuminating this path forward. And there's like a lot of water that's being released, so it's like super emotional, but there's this illumination, like there's this wisdom that's coming online from the healing chaos. But it's just like really dramatic, you know. I mean, so if I'm gonna keep going with this sort of Ukraine crisis analogy, it's just sort of like it's causing all this chaos, you know, but at the end of the day, like it's sort of like almost like triggering this new world order, which has been kind of brewing in the standstill for a while. But now when the rubber hits the road is when you kind of figure out where things really stand, you know. Like we've been in this sort of like moment of reflection, and I think everybody's kind of been on pause throughout the whole COVID crisis, and now it's like we're coming out of hibernation and figuring out like where we stand in the world, you know. And it's causing all this crazy drama. Okay, oh my gosh. All right, so I'm going to the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, which is like my new favorite deck, which I just recently, that's too many, I'm going to keep going. I recently got, I love the artwork, I love the messages, and I really love this deck. So I'm going to pick one more out of here. Your new, okay. This is like these 2 came out together. So it's almost like we should just take both of them. Oh wait, there's a stack of them. These all came out together. Okay, I'm gonna take these all together as they are. And then at the bottom we have the Nymph of Cups. So there's this offer coming, an offer of love. It's like a new start. And we also have the Nymph of Pentacles. So it's kind of like there's this very beginnings of this new start that's like coming online, and part of it's practical and part of it's like love. So it's like love, abundance, like there's this new path forward emerging, but it's not super developed yet. We're just kind of looking at it. Like maybe that's kind of part of what this risk is. It's like you're gonna have to kind of like take a risk and get out there before you're really gonna be able to see what it is. And then we got the Warrior of Wands. So that's the Knight of Wands in the traditional deck. But look at how fierce she is. This is like a woman, because they're all women. But look at her. She's just like fierce, and she's just like, she's going for what she wants, you know? It's like she's going to have to take a risk, you know? She can see that there's this potential here, but she's going to have to take a risk, and she's going to have to go after it, and she's got to... and she's like fierce. And then we also have the Seven of Wands right after that, which is, you know, this is in the traditional deck a card of like standing your ground. So it's just like, I mean, literally, honestly, I'm just going to keep bringing it back to this analogy because I feel like this is an analogy for a lot that's going on in the world right now. But like I'm watching the news and this whole like Vladimir Putin thing, which I'm like, oh my gosh, he's like Darth Vader. Because he's just like, he's just going for it, you know? And like the whole world is just like, what? Like, are you serious? And he's just, he doesn't care. Like, he's just like, this is what I'm going to do, and you're just going to have to deal with it, you know? And in a way, like, I don't get like that this is kind of like as much of a Darth Vader move, but like this person is going for it, and whatever's been holding them back from doing that, like they're just like they're not going to take no for an answer. Like they're standing their ground, you know? And then these three cards like came out together. So we got the Two of Wands. It's a lot of wand energy. So it's just fire, fire, fire. The Six of Wands and the Spirit of Wands. So it's just like, this is like really just going for it, like full guns, like totally passionate, and like this new, I mean, actually, I was thinking this was the Ace of Wands, but it's actually the Spirit of Wands, which is like the King of Wands. But this person is totally in their power, and this is like a warrior, like, queen, you know, where she's just like, she's like owning it, you know, and it's like the Six of Wands, which is like this victorious thing, but she's kind of like at this stand, like this, what do you call it, like a fork in the road, where it's just sort of like, okay, you can like keep staying where you are, or you can like go for it, you know, into the new thing. And it's a little bit like you're going off into the unknown, so it's like risky, but you see that there's this potential here, so you're gonna take it, you know. And that's kind of what this moment is about. Like, it's almost like, I'm not gonna sit here and be oppressed anymore. Like, I am going to take this moment. Like, there's a video about this is your moment and take it, so I'm gonna link that here. And in a way, like, again, like, I'm gonna it's like I should take the like political judgments out of it, and like I can be a political junkie, so it's like easy for me to draw those analogies, which ends up inevitably like making people angry. But you know, Russia has been pretty oppressed for a long time, and it's just sort of like, I think he's just sort of like, I'm tired of like being beaten down, and I'm just gonna make my move. Like, that's kind of how it is. He's just like, he doesn't care. He's just gonna do what he's gonna do. So at the bottom we have Strength. She's like taming this wild beast, you know. And she's got like 3 pentacles here. Like, it's almost like this foundation. Like, she's her foundation within her, and has this power, you know. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have the World. So it's like, this is really this tale of overcoming, which is really interesting. Because it's kind of like what I was saying, where it's just sort of like there's this disappointment, you know, and this person, there's these 3 cups spilled. And the whole thing about this card is all about, like, don't be focused on the loss, because you still have 2 cups left standing. So it's really important where you put your intention, like turn around and face what's still left and like build something with that, you know. But that's followed by the Three of Swords, which is this card of loss and heartbreak, and it's the Eight of Swords, which is like all about anxiety and being trapped and oppressed and like not seeing your way forward because you're like blindfolded. So it's almost like this person has like, I mean, these 3 cards together, it's like this person has been like traumatized. It's just like something really sad happened and heartbreaking, and this person has been sort of like shell-shocked from it, and they've just been maybe like standing still, you know, and just like observing and like not really sure what they're going to do, you know. They're kind of like putting these pieces in place, or they have been, you know, but all of a sudden they see the path, and they're going to go for it, and it's going to cause like this crazy disruption. But this person is okay because they have this strong foundation within themselves. So whatever whirlwind of chaos this brings on, like, they're stable within themselves. So they're going to weather it. And this is going to bring on a whole new era. So it's kind of just sort of like, again, like not making any judgments about like one side or the other, but regardless of whatever the outcome is with this drama that is happening, it's like a new world order is going to emerge out of the ashes of whatever this drama like reveals, you know. I mean, that's pretty clear. And like obviously there's this battle for resources, and there's all these economic issues, and we're gonna have to restructure sort of like our alliances, and all this stuff is happening worldwide. And so who knows like what's going to happen on the other side of it, you know. Like, I mean, right now there's this NATO alliance and everyone's together, and it's all like, you know, it seems really solid, you know, but like over time, you know, when all these economic issues start like appearing, you know, like those alliances might change. Like, we don't know, you know, like that's kind of part of the unknown of this whole thing. But like what's clear is that things are definitely going to change, and it's not going to be easy, you know. I mean, hopefully it's not this huge like humanitarian crisis where all these people die. I mean, I really hope that they can avert that, but like, yeah, it looks like, oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So we got benefactor, grace and generosity, and we got netcaster, preparations come to fruition. So yeah, it's like we've been chilling out and like observing and like making preparations, and now it's time to take action. Ugh, this, right when I said that, I accidentally flipped this out and it was like the wall obstacles. So it's just like, now it's time to take action and move through this wall that's been like blocking progress. And then we got benefactor, grace and generosity. So it seems like there's going to be this curveball or some unknown, you know, there's some unknown opportunity that's presenting that's going to enable this shift. And it's kind of risky, but everything's kind of risky right now because basically there's this new order emerging. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I'll check back soon.